Hello, it's Epsilon Emerald. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry that I haven't made a video in a long time. It's for a variety of reasons, but let's not bother talking about that now. Let's just get on with the video. So one of my subscribers gave me the idea for this video, but it was so long ago that I've already forgotten who it was. But they said that they really liked the video where I looked at my vintage Pokemon Gold and Silver guides. So I thought we should take a look at my even more vintage Pokemon Yellow guide. This is an official Prima strategy guide. They're the people who still make the official Pokemon guides. I always buy Prima guides. I always buy guides when I play Pokemon games. I'm the kind of person who really needs maps and needs to know exactly what I have to do. Like, I don't really like going around and talking to every single NPC. Like, I would rather just know which ones I need to talk to and which ones I don't need to talk to. I'm not really a very good RPG player. So, you can see we have a beautiful Ken Sugimori Pikachu on the front. It's a little bit damaged because I used this guide a lot. I mean, to be honest, this guide was probably my most read book of all time, like more than Harry Potter probably. And also I had this as a kid, I had this when I was about 10 years old. I think I was 10. And I wrote some things inside that might be slightly cringy. I'm just warning you. So this was only $4.99, although it was supposed to be $9.99, which is actually pretty expensive. I mean, in those days, £10 was a lot of money. Like, these days I would expect to pay like $12.99 probably for one of these, but $9.99. How long ago? 20 years ago. Oh my gosh. 20 years ago, that's a lot of money. I can't believe this book is almost 20 years old. Wow. It's not quite, I think it's 19 years old. Okay, so I love the artwork. Look at Pikachu, it looks so weird. Okay, how adorable is that? Yeah, at least I spelled emerald correctly on here. In my Pokemon Blue playthrough, I called myself Emerald, but I spelled it wrong. That's cute. That's pretty cute. Wow. So this is just some information about how yellow is different from red and blue. Talks about Pikachu's expressions and stuff. forgot that. You can't evolve Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow. Of course, this page was very important to me. I memorised this pretty quickly. It's interesting that they combined types here instead of just letting you work out what the combination would be. Some of these changed, didn't they, after Gen 1? Like Ghost was a bit weird. Skill type, Pokemon type. Okay, so Ghost. What's that? Ghost used to have no effect against Psychic. You remember that? It's weird, isn't it? Yeah. Which means that, you know, the episode of Pokemon where, like, Ash goes to get a ghost to fight Sabrina. That always confused me. So here they tell you the path to take. Now, I never knew, because I relied on my guide so much, I never knew that you could do things in a slightly different order. See, I would always Saffron Town. There's no Saffron Town. I would always do Saffron Gym before Fuchsia Gym. But you know, you can do them in the other order. Because you don't have to wake up Snorlax. You can... Is it that you can surf instead? From somewhere? Or there's just another route? I forget. I never realised that. So, here's how we start off. Pallet Town. We get our Pikachu. You always got to make sure you talk to that aide to get the potion. Or antidote or something, I don't know. Route 1. Can you, I don't know about you, but when I see this picture, automatically the Route 1 music plays in my head. So do you remember this? Oh yeah, okay, so once you've got 6 slots filled, any extra Pokemon teleport into storage. But if the box that's currently selected becomes full, you can't catch any more Pokemon. You used to have to switch before you caught any more. So you would have to worry about any more. Okay, I used to do this. I used to plan out who I was going to use in the gym. And as you can see, I was not a fan of apostrophes, but oh well. So I used Mankey and Butterfree. I played Pokemon Yellow lots of times, but I generally used the same Pokemon. I also always used to draw routes on my maps because I just really struggled with dungeons and caves and stuff because I just have no sense of direction, especially when it's 2D like this, like when you're bird's eye view. I have no sense of direction, and I always had to plan out my route in advance. This is making me want to play Pokemon Yellow again. Who did I use for Misty? I wrote it in pencil so you can't really see. Oddish and Bellsprout. How did I manage to catch Oddish in Pokemon Yellow? No, or is it Bellsprout you can't catch in Pokemon Yellow? Actually, no, you can catch both. You can catch both. In Pokemon Blue you can't catch Oddish, and in Red you can't catch Bellsprout. Oh, and up here is where you can do that glitch. You know, if you want to... What's this the glitch for? I've forgotten. Some kind of glitch. You can teleport before you fight a certain person, and then... I don't know, something weird happens. I've forgotten. I used to be obsessed with Pokemon glitches. Not too bothered anymore. I also used to really like watching speedruns. Some lovely biscuit crumbs in there. So in this guide, they don't give you much information about the trainers, whereas in later guides, they would tell you every trainer and what Pokemon every trainer had, which was very useful for EV training. But, you know, when I was 10, I didn't really go into EV training, even though it did exist. It did exist in Gen 1. IVs didn't really exist. Well, they kind of did, but you couldn't breed. You couldn't check what IVs people had, Pokemon had, so... I also hear the music for this in my head. This building was always fun, wasn't it? Teleporting tiles, getting the lift key, all of that stuff. I actually really liked the Safari Zone. It was a lot of fun. You know, for some reason I know the reason, I'll tell you the reason. I really don't like the Safari Zone after Gen 1. Because, I just literally have this fear that I'm gonna find a shiny Pokemon in the Safari Zone. Which I shouldn't be scared of, but I just... You know, because in the Safari Zone it's really difficult to catch Pokemon, because all you can do is like throw Pokeballs basically. And there's rocks and there's food, but I was never completely sure of the mechanics of those. And yeah, I just thought it was too scary. Like, what if you found a shiny and you couldn't catch it? And that's really dumb, but But the Safari Zone in Gen 1 was really fun. I don't think I ever managed to catch Kangaskhan, Chansey, Scyther, anything good. If I replay it, you know what, I'm going to replay Pokemon Yellow and I'm going to aim for 100% Pokedex. My summer holiday is coming up. I feel like that should be my plan for summer. I bought the, new, emulated version of Pokemon Yellow, so I can play that. I have my old version, but I don't... the battery does still work, but it's bound to die soon. So my least favourite part of Pokemon Yellow, without a doubt, Seafoam Island. I hated it. You can see I've got lots of ticks. That's me keeping track of where all the boulders went, because you have to put boulders in certain holes to stop the current, because when the current is fast you can't surf. And yeah, I found it difficult. Even though I had a map and a guide, I found it difficult. And meanwhile, there's so many Pokemon attacking you, so it's hard. And you see, I thought you had to do Seafoam Islands to get through, but I found out much later, 15 years later, I found out you can get to Cinnabar from surfing south from... I don't even know what's above Cinnabar. Where's the big map? Oh, I don't think I have the big map anymore because it was on a poster. But yeah. So, in fact, my Pokemon Blue, which is the original save file still, which is 20 years old. My Pokemon Blue, when you start it up, if I had it nearby I would show you, but when you start it up, it says, player Emerald, spelled wrong, time, I think it's about 60 hours. And where am I? I'm in Seafoam Islands. Because I never got past it in Pokemon Blue. I never got past it. I did get past it in Pokemon Yellow. I played Pokemon so much as a kid, but I never completed it. I used to restart my red and yellow copy a lot. My blue copy I never restarted, and I never finished any of them. But I played Pokemon Yellow when I was about 18 or 19, and I completed it then. Victory Road wasn't very nice either. So, Elite Four, you can see who my team were. I don't know if you can tell from my handwriting, but this was when I was quite a lot older. This was when I was 18. Although, yeah, this was when I was 18. So, my team was pretty much Vileplume, Sandslash, Butterfree, Fearow, Vaporeon, Pikachu. Yeah. And to be honest, that was my team for my whole life. As a kid, that was always my team. And as a 18-year-old, that was my team. And when I replay Pokemon Yellow in the summer, that's gonna be my team. I just love those Pokemon. Rapidash would be there, but you don't catch Rapidash till quite late. Well, Ponyta, and it doesn't evolve until quite late as well, so I I very rarely used Rapidash, even though it was one of my favourites. Actually, I think some of that writing is when I was a kid. And some was when I was older. I can't tell. Oh well. But yeah, I won. I beat the Elite Four. Did I even go and catch Mewtwo? I'm not sure I did. I definitely won the Elite Four. But I don't think I ever went and got Mewtwo. I really can't remember. Now this is my favourite section. Oh my gosh, you guys, I studied this section so much. There was one point, when I was about 10, when you could literally name any Pokemon and I would tell you all of its moves and at what level it learned those moves. That's just how obsessed I was. For example, like especially the starters I would know very well because I used to use the starters and I'd reset the game so many times that, I'd used all of them. And, like, my favourite Pokemon, like Jigglypuff. Like, I can tell you Jigglypuff's moves right now. Sing, Pound, Disable, Defense Curl, Double Slap, Body Slam, Double Edge. It's number 39. Sing, Pound, Disable, Defense Curl, Double Slap. Oh, I missed out Rest. Body Slam, Double Edge. Oh my gosh. That's embarrassing. I was so certain I was right. I missed out Rest. Oh well. Yeah, I used to love reading these. I love the illustrations as well. You really can't beat the first 150 Pokemon. There's just something so special about them. And Jinx used to be black. Love Ditto. Okay, so I was a huge fan of Eevee, obviously. I used to plan out what moves I was going to give it and everything. I think I wrote these out because the way it was done here was a bit confusing. But I would always give my Vaporeon Ice Beam from Celadon City. And I usually gave it Blizzard as well. I studied all of these things. This was before the internet. Well, okay, it wasn't before the internet. I think I even had the internet. I think my family got the internet around, it was when I was in my final year of primary school, I think, so it would have been 99, 2000, something like that. That's when I got the internet. But I guess like Bulbapedia probably, or something like that, probably did exist, but it wouldn't have occurred to me to look it up. So this was This was vital information. I loved this page. This was information about attacks, and you know, the description in the game of attacks was never completely clear. Like, well, you never really knew what it did, but these are very clear. I learned all of these, including the power and accuracy. Lots of these have changed now. For example, tackle is different, gust is different. Loads of these powers have changed. You know, power creep is normal in games generally. But can you see this? That was me. I believe that was me working out the average. I remember working out which type was the most powerful. So I remember adding up all of the powers of each type and finding the mean average. And by the way, ice was the most powerful in that regard. But that was a very bad measure because I didn't include accuracy in that, so I should have multiplied power by accuracy first. And obviously I didn't consider any of the additional effects. But I don't know what that is. I added 4 numbers together and divided by 4. Pretty successfully, actually. I was never very good at division as a kid. You can see I didn't really know what to do with that remainder 3, so I just shoved it there. I guess I figured that it was close enough. My checklist. I didn't catch everything, as you can see. Notice how it doesn't tell you about Mew. In fact, this whole guide kind of pretends that Mew doesn't exist. It just references it once. Right at the beginning, it just says, look there, Mew is unable to attend Colosseum 2. But it doesn't mention Mew at all apart from that. Like, I thought Mew was like an urban myth kind of thing. Like, I didn't think it was a real Pokemon because the guides mentioned it. You couldn't get it in the games. There were no events where you could get Mew, where I lived anyway. I didn't have the internet to look at, so... but then there was an ancient Mew card that came out eventually, and it was a bit weird. I was never really sure. So yeah, and this is the guide that I used when I was a kid. This wasn't actually the first guide I used. As you can see, this is Pokemon Yellow. And whilst I did use this a lot for Pokemon Red and Blue, I did have a guide before this, which I used for Red and Blue. But I don't have it anymore because it literally fell to pieces. It was so well used. Luckily I have a PDF of it, and it's pretty terrible. Like, it has quite a lot of wrong information in it. Like, it tells you about the strength trick, where you can like move a truck and there's like a Mew underneath. Like it tells you that like that's true. And it mentions, I think it even mentions like I think it mentions peekaboo, you know, marrow. Like people thought it was going to be called peekaboo. I think it mentioned that. I don't know, that doesn't make sense though because it was too old. I don't remember exactly, but trust me, it had some dubious information in it. Anyway, I hope you liked seeing this this old Pokemon guide. I really like looking through it and just remembering all the fun that I had playing it as a kid. Yeah, I really want to play it again now. It was really good. Look, they don't even tell you what Pokemon your rival has. I had to write it down. It's a pretty basic guide compared to the recent ones, but it was still a lot of fun. I really like the fact that it's got my childhood handwriting in it as well. I like the way I used to write Emerald as well. Like that looks pretty good with a little star on the end. Yeah, I've been using the name Emerald as my like player name since I was 10. I didn't add the Epsilon until quite a bit later, after my maths degree, where we use Epsilon a lot. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to make more videos for you now that I'm a little bit less occupied. So, I should be seeing you soon. Thank you very much for watching.